This video is going to be part of a series where me and my dad take a 63 Corvair and a G-Body chassis and combine them together to create a hot rod. This episode features a little bit of the Malibu. In this episode we're taking the Malibu out for the first time in a couple years for its initial shakedown, is what my dad calls it. We took it for a test run. We also closed up the air duct in the Corvair and we changed plans with the HVAC for the third time and hopefully the last time. To start off, my dad and I went on a trip to get the Malibu insured and some gas for the welder.
This is just going to be a quick around the block to see what shakes out. I think we've got the coolant leak settled. Okay, we've got no speedo. What's up with that? I'll have to look at that. It sounds like it's missing. There's definitely something going on there. Yep, she's missing. Oh, there's speed. She's loading up. She's gonna die again. Yep. Oh yeah, she's rowdy. Gotta figure out why she's loading up though. I think your grandpa will like this thing.
You think he'll like this thing?
I think you'll like this thing once we get the kinks worked out of it. This is right up his alley. But yeah, she's missing pretty bad right now.
Do you know why it's stopping when we try to turn?
I'm thinking she's running stupid rich, plugs are falling up. That may just be a matter of, you know, letting the computer do its thing. Maybe that V-band come loose again. And she's idling just fine now. Maybe it just needs to learn. Oh yeah, she's cleaning up. She's getting better. Just driving it. It's not good yet, but it's better. Still way too fat. She's gonna die.
After that, we got back to work on the Corvair. Alright everyone, so this is the HVAC system. The HVAC system from the trip up to the boneyard from the last video, and I'm going to be cleaning it up a bit. Yeah.
I wasn't going to do this till we were done, but the car is flash rusting in the garage, so it is what it is.
dad pulled this off when I had the camera off. What you doing?
Just kind of trying to figure. I think we're gonna end up cutting pretty much from here straight across all of this out, and then we're gonna have to hang a sheet straight down. So what we did here is gonna have to come out, and probably most of this is gonna come out. We still got to roll this down. I think what we'll end up doing is probably kind of diagonaling over and then starting to roll this over. This we need for the exhaust, right?
Yeah.
So we've got to start rolling this down to accommodate that vent without actually interfering with the frame. Whole lot of compound curves here and a whole lot of flat up there, and then we're gonna have to tie everything back together again once we're done and try and make it so this can breathe. Yeah, we're moving backwards to go forwards, but we're getting closer, and now everything's tied together, reinforced. There's nothing supporting this floor anymore except itself. So that's a win.
Okay. I was about to say, is that good?
Yeah, it's good. It's just a matter of now we've got to cut this all apart and re-engineer it just like we did the other side. Won't be some thinking, some stinking. I almost feel like what we should do is get this mounted to the body. This needs to be flush and covered. I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to cut all of this clean out, right over to this hinge and down. Okay. Then we'll come in with a dead flat panel to that point. We'll have to basically redo all of this. Okay. We'll just cut right where this starts to arc and turn. We'll cut straight from there. That'll give us basically our plane, so to speak. And we'll come straight across to about here. And then that'll be all our interface. We'll end up cutting that that piece there. And what we'll have to do is actually rotate this section of the fan up and over and find a way to duct air in from this. You get what I'm saying? To the fan, and then we'll have to mount the fan vertically and reshape this to kind of come around and set this piece right on top, probably right about here. A little bit of engineering is going to go in this. And then I'm not sure how we're going to fit everything together inside yet and still gain clearance. What we may end up doing is pushing all of this a whole lot farther into the cabin than I'd really like to. But if that's the case, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be, and we'll just have to build to it. Getting really worried about those wipers now.
Dad and I had a discussion about this off camera, and the more we looked at it, the less appealing the Monza box was. We found a more compact alternative on the jungle site, which you should see on an upcoming episode. We painted the car with a bit of primer to avoid flash rusting.
I'm figuring what we could do is we'll just lay this in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we'll close this section up. We can't do a compound, at least I don't see how we would actually do a curved 90-degree bend in the metal. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just lay this in flat, then we'll close this section off with another flat piece, and then we'll build our lid essentially to the footwell and then close it up down here in the floor, I think. If we're going to use that self-contained aftermarket heater assembly, we don't need to do anything but close this up now. So, assuming that the measurements are accurate that they provided, we should have no problem hanging that underneath the dash, you know, a little bit off the firewall, and then have heat blowing down in each footwell and still have ducting to bring up for the defog, and that's a cheaper, easier, faster way to get this thing on the road. So, and then what we can do is when we get this in, we can actually lay the sheet metal down, get our mark, kind of cut a 1/4 inch over or so, and then fold that over so we get a nice strong lip there and give us a little bit more rigidity, and then weld that all together so it should be nice and stiff, add a little bit of structure to the car, I hope, as well as cover that hole.
Well, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. A lot of thinking, a lot of planning. If you enjoy what we're doing here, please make sure to give us a like on this video and subscribe. And if you want more context for what we've been doing with the Corvair so far, please check out our playlist. I'll link in the description. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
That camera right in my face.
I'm sorry.
What you doing to me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, everybody wants to see my ugly mug. Don't you forget who the star of this show is.
What?
Little Miss Thing. Right there. What?
I like pestering you with the camera.